Hello, folks. This is Embargo Man. While I'm watching this basketball game, I would say this: your blog. I remember I have done so many. I made videos. I made videos what I felt and shares my feelings. When I read your blog, when I read everything that you have come, I lost my stepmother. I was crying because, yeah, even though I love my mother, I was crying, Justine, because my stepmother has passed away. Everything that I learned, that I read about you, is most likely that I wrote on your blog. What all the work that you've done, all the heart that you put in it, it is so amazing. At first, I never knew. As you say, oh yeah, this is just some random girl or something like that. Yeah, try to, you're beyond that. The first time I read your book, it opened the doors to me. The time you are with Des, your friend that you have been not talked to, and all reading in your book, it makes me like wanna say, yeah. And you find Liz Velasquez and stuff. You have like this kind of heart that, I mean, living in a town and finding somebody, it is like reading your blog and reminds me that the passing of your mother, that what makes you you. I did this, all the characters, it reminds me of everything. It touches my heart when I read about you. It touches my heart again. You know? Just plain and simple. I mean, everybody gets a heart broken. I want to avoid it. I want to avoid all this because I knew where it is. I try to do everything inside. Find love in the wrong places. And yes, finding love in the wrong places, and like everybody else done. But I haven't been, online relationships or whatever, and like far away. Wanted to go to different, like almost like Japan and stuff. Crazy about Japanese girls or something. But it just came down. Sometimes it's what the inside that counts. Everybody has SIDS. Is the most important thing. Is the most important that I always value. Is the personality, the soul, the inside. That's what it counts. But knowing you, not even knowing you face to face, knowing you just by reading your book, shows that you're. It just impacts me. It just impacts me. Impacts me like, you know what? I'm an usher at my church. I serve, pray, ask somebody to have somebody. Guess who's inside? Guess who touched my heart? I saw you in every time you do a review. I know somebody just comments me, and some Dutch woman that she reached 500K, and then you don't try to invite her on same brain. She has a very sweet angelic voice. I don't know, you could sing. I saw your parodies of songs. I mean, you could do that beyond anything. You could do it. You could go to AGT. You could sing. You could. I mean, it's just your voice. You know. All right. At one time, my sister, or I know I get in touch. Sometimes I listen to Japanese Catholic prayer or something like that. It touched me, right? But then my sister, who has the same beliefs as me and whatever, that taught me some Eastern rite, or like church or something like that. It just touched me again. This is where I find inner peace and calmness on me, that I always imagine if somebody's from somewhere raised and discovered the beauty of calm. Yeah, that was on Saturday. A relative's boyfriend passing away and stuff. Yeah. And here, I'm struggling in here. We have a couple of things that is going on. Yeah, friends who are working with a project. I forgot to mention I'm doing a project with this. I know there's no help. There's like a need in this world of my channel that help what I learned from a spouse of a dead politician. Yep. Charlie. What his spouse said about how to treat a woman. I saw somebody, though, born in New Jersey, raised all the time in Colombia. I'm in Miami, Florida, part of me of Colombia, New York. Yeah, that's a Dolphins. That's a Dolphins thing. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. There's always something. My heart has been colors of teal and orange all the time. But the sting there, after I read there was a calling of, there's a calling of, a calling of my heart going black and yellow. You know where it comes from, right? It is that bee sting within my heart. It feels kind of good. It is that feel good moment that, when I find the right person, I find the correct person. And this is the reason why I wanted to say, besides visiting my father, my stepmom passed away from ALS, is most likely, the most magical season has arrived. Well, something I want to find missing in my part of life. Having friends and everything like that. Everybody has their own ways. I mean, there's a lot of good women I know in my life. But my mother is the only one that has this something. Sometimes you reminds me of my mother, all right? So what I read about you just reminds me of my mother. That I'm just saying my mom is very pure hearted, and yeah, there's mistakes. I don't know about yours, but she's in heaven with my stepmother, with my aunt. That's where they are. Yes, that's what they are. For whatever reason, I'm insane. Freaking, which just watching basketball. For whatever reason, I'm just saying there is something that I read your blog, something that I read that I put you what I feel is, you know what? I'm gonna hop in a plane. I mean, I envy you, but sometimes in a good way. I wanted to go to Japan. You went there. I wanted to go to places I have never been. My dad and my stepmom, they went to Canada and stuff. The furthest place that they went was in Europe. And yeah, it is just that time being that you've been to places, and yeah, put it in what the media, it's like saying, have you seen movies from back then, The Godfather and stuff, how they view Italians? They're like the mafia. That's how I feel when I see Hollywood promoting Colombia. Like, yeah, like I feel like what Colombian Americans feel when they watch something about Colombia in the movies is the same thing that Italian American feels when they see some movies like The Godfather or everything then related to the Italian mafia. And this is me related or seeing something like, oh, Narcos, Pablo Escobar and stuff. Yeah, that kind of a strange feeling, but a country that I know that you quit drinking coffee. I did this for 40 days during Lent. I followed how you feel 40 days without coffee, and what it is about it. I mean, fun factor is that in Colombia, you could have hot chocolate, and they just breakfast with hot chocolate is the other norm too. It is just a place on your bucket list that you're gonna put in there, Justine. Your blog, everything, your videos, everything. I mean, just like the Lego movie, everything is awesome. Oh, everything you do is awesome. It rocks. Your videos are awesome, even though you review about tech products and promotions and all that, all because at the same timeline that you were making it, you got not just connections, but most likely that I've learned so much that I took every single bit of that piece of creating a new character, of showing everything that I have lost. And this is where the Justin the Pigs series of the cartoons, it's just a reflection. I haven't just post so much cartoons yet, but I will post the cartoons, but I will post anything where where this pig goes, and it all reflects to that when you're gonna see something pretty soon that it will touches your heart. Why I did this is gonna touch your heart because a loss of a loved one. That means loss of a parent. It hits hard on every single corner. And the reason why I did all these shorts is because that pig, he's going to face his adventures, his everything that he does, but he's going to face a little bit of his hardships. You know? All it is like, I made this character is it is just the reflection of, putting this name, having it to be a boy, you know, Justin is a boy, and then all in between is like putting myself into, okay, I'm using this character as like it's like this anchor to, show my feelings. Yes, my feelings, how I feel, what I am, and what I am not, as people would label it. Well, I am not somebody that say that I'm gonna have multiple girlfriends. There's people with money who has multiple girlfriends, and it says, oh, they're just lying about. They sound like a politician. The saying one girl guidelines. It says I'm a one girl guy, but they're full of lies. But me, I'm the only one, even though I don't have any money. Even if I have money, I still gonna have that one girl guy mentality no matter what. Even if I have $1,000, even if I'm broke, that's the person I am, and that's what I am. One woman man, one girl guy. It's where it's hard to find. Everybody says they're loyal, but they didn't show it. Who's gonna show up even if they have tons of money, having multiple girlfriends? People like that is only breaks your heart. And I understand that. The simplest people who has humble beginnings and have the thoughts of making big, but most likely never forget where they come from, is the ones that do have a sincere heart that only stick to one person. That's it. Well, that's all, folks. Please subscribe to the Embargo Man channel. And you know what? If you're seeing this, you need to read what I posted in your blog, and you understand where it's coming. Everything that I wrote, it comes from my heart. That's all. Goodbye.